Hey there friends, I'm Andrew, welcome to the Scrap Box, and I just finished playing Indigo Park. It was great, I loved it. Well, chapter 1. Who doesn't love running around an abandoned theme park being chased by terrifying mascots? Now, one character stood out in particular. You know him, you love him, it's Rambley the raccoon.
Hi there!
Between you and me, I think he's evil. I'd still love him if he was evil. So we're gonna make him out of Lego.
Before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe and notification bell so you're informed of all the weird stuff that I do. Alright, let's get to it.
Earlier this week, I tried to make an official Rambley minifigure. It was alright. But if we make a custom one, we could do a lot better.
Plus, the basis for that figure was the raccoon suit from Series 22, and if I use it, then I won't have it in my collection of CMF figures. Plus, the torso has pointed fur, and Rambley has a smooth stomach, so we're gonna steal a torso from an extra Bugs Bunny instead, and sand off his tail. Almost forgot, we gotta exchange those hands. We got one here, and there we go. The perfect torso for our raccoon. Moving on to the legs, the first Rambley had small minifigure legs, but I want to upgrade them to medium minifigure legs. Unfortunately, the legs that I have don't have black boots, but that's never stopped me before. So we're sanding this one down, and then we're gonna paint it.
How do I do this one-handed? I'll figure it out.
I use two hands.
I could use acrylic. I could use whatever fancy war paint that is, but... Wait a second, that's not black. Oh man, war paint it is. I've actually never used this, so we're gonna have to figure out if it's good or not. The shake, wow. Do I do this? That seems very inky. I don't know how well that's gonna work on this, but we're gonna find out. Well, I'm never going back to regular acrylic because that has such good coverage. Let me put on a second layer. I got one weird bubble on the side, but I've got to do the inside of his feet, so let's see if I can patch that up as well. Also, let's see if the masking tape was actually worth it. Not terrible. Not great. I think the top of the feet suffered the most.
I managed to touch it up a bit and cover it in a clear coat, giving us our finished legs. Now I was looking for another light bluish gray tail for Rambley. However, I could only find a dark gray one, so we're gonna make our own. While in some artwork, Rambley has a pointed tail, most of the artwork shows that he has a rounded tail, so we're gonna make his tail nice and rounded. We're actually gonna use the PLA printer on this one, where you can change its infill to 5%. That way it's sturdy but hollow and is not gonna knock the character down every time it tries to stand up, which would be awkward. Let's get our micro SD and load it up.
Let me heal you up.
Ta-da! I just gotta peel it off without breaking it.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't used my printer in quite some time. I didn't realize this was its high quality. I bet you I could fix it. You know, from the human perspective, it looked pretty good until I saw it on camera, and I'm like, I don't know if that looks good anymore. Here's the secret about cheap acrylic paint. Number one, this is actually the perfect Lego gray. Number two, it's great for filling in tiny little focus
Holes. All you have to do is paint,
and sand,
and paint, and sand, and paint, and sand, and paint, and paint, and you end up with something that's not half bad. I mean, it's not perfect, of course, but the rest of it's fine. And then I did what all great YouTubers do, and I forgot to film the painting portion.
Alright, well this piece is never coming off because I can see why Lego makes them out of rubber now. Whenever it tries to move, it wants to break, so it's practically fused there. In fact, I think I might end up fusing it a little better just to make it look nicer. The belt's a bit messed up, but that tail is looking nice and smooth. Everything has one clear coat on it. Let's put on his torso. And he stands very well with the giant tail. He's ever so slightly leaning forward. The belt does look pretty bad though. I'm not sure if I can do anything about that.
Iron. Scalpel. 500 cc's of sandpaper. We're losing him. Get out the chainsaw.
It looks a little nicer now. Oh, it's not Rambley without their bandana.
Now all you need is a head. Now LEGO has been making animal heads for figures for decades. Some of them look great, like the Animal Crossing heads. Some of them look like this.
It's hideous!
Hopefully it ends up like the first one. Luckily we can fast forward so you don't see how bad I am at Blender, and we have a Rambley head. We're gonna use the resin printer this time, which gets a lot of extra detail at the cost of the material's flexibility. First it prints in this one, and then it rinses and dries in this one.
The first one didn't work. But I already printed a second better one, so we're all good to go.
I have to say I'm thoroughly impressed on how it turned out.
Let's see. Perfect.
But a little loose. Now I just have to finish the face, which definitely isn't going to make or break the entire character. The whole project is not riding on this singular pivot point. It is.
I've got Isabella as a style reference. I've got my photo reference. And we're ready to begin.
Step 1 is just about getting some paint on the actual figure itself. Sometimes it's difficult for the paint to stay on, but it'll easily cling to itself, so as long as you have this first layer, then the rest of the layers will be absolutely fine. Step 2 is layering until you have a nice consistent color. I colored Rambley gray, but Rambley is purple! Yeah, tell me about it in the comments. Now it's got a nice even coverage. Try to add some whites to the eyes and the face.
It got really hard to put the camera right in front of where I was working, so instead I just painted on my own.
Got the first layer of black down, we're going pretty strong.
We haven't ruined it yet. We got some sort of pupils in there. Just gotta be purple. Close enough. Let's put them on a stick and seal them up. My hands are shaky. Let's put the head on.
And now it's time for the final look.
Hi there! And welcome to Indigo Park! I'm Rambley the raccoon, and it's my job to make sure your experience here at Indigo Park is the most fun it can be!
And there we have it. One custom Rambley minifigure. I'm really proud of this one. Honestly, I think it's my best work yet. Alright, you have a good one. Make sure to do all those important things like, subscribe, ring the bell, hit the notification button. Wait, those are the same thing. Comment, that's the one I forgot. Ponder your existence in the universe. Alright, have a good one. Bye.